Lights, camera, action. Welcome back to Flick Flash. Before Hutch Mansell returns for another round of explosive action in Nobody 2, let's rewind to where it all began. In 2021's Nobody, Bob Odenkirk shocked audiences by transforming from an unassuming suburban dad into a relentless one-man army. Packed with brutal fight scenes, dark humor, and a surprising backstory, this first film laid the groundwork for one of the most unexpected action heroes in recent years. So, before you grab your popcorn for the sequel, here's a complete recap of Nobody that will bring you right back into Hutch's world. Hutch Mansell, Bob Odenkirk, is the picture of suburban mediocrity, working a monotonous job at his father-in-law's manufacturing business, coming home to a strained marriage with his wife Becca, and living in a house where his son barely respects him. His life is repetitive, dull, and predictable. One night, two masked burglars break into the Mansell home. Hutch catches them in the act, even has a chance to strike with a golf club, but chooses not to, claiming later he didn't want to risk lives over a few possessions. The burglars escape, and everyone, from his son to the police, sees him as weak. Inside, though, this choice begins to stir something he's been suppressing. The breaking point comes when Hutch rides a late-night bus and sees a group of drunken thugs harassing a young woman. Locking the doors, he warns them he's going to hurt them, and then unleashes a brutal, messy fight that leaves the men broken and bloody. For the first time in years, Hutch feels alive. But one of those men turns out to be the younger brother of Yulian Kuznetsov, a dangerous and flamboyant Russian mob boss. Yulian vows revenge and sends his crew to find a mystery man who attacked his brother. They track Hutch to his home, but instead of finding a meek family man, they're met with a ruthless professional. Hutch kills them in inventive ways, even escaping from the trunk of a moving car after being captured. Realizing his family is now a target, he sends them to safety and burns down his own house to remove evidence. We then learn the truth. Hutch was once an auditor for U.S. intelligence, a government assassin brought in to clean up situations completely. He retired to have a family, but that life is gone now. Hutch escalates the war by storming Yulian's nightclub, killing guards, and burning millions of mob dollars, ensuring Yulian will come after him with everything he's got. Preparing for the inevitable, Hutch buys out his workplace from his father-in-law and turns it into a heavily trapped kill zone. He calls in backup, his brother Harry, RZA, and his shotgun-loving father David, Christopher Lloyd. Yulian arrives with an army, and the factory becomes a war zone. Tripwires, steel presses, and homemade weapons shred through the mobsters. Hutch and his family fight as a lethal unit, culminating in Hutch killing Yulian with a claymore mine. The story loops back to the opening scene. Hutch in an interrogation room, calmly telling the police, "I'm nobody." Then he gets a mysterious phone call, and the cops instantly let him go. In the final scene, Hutch and Becca are touring a new house when another call comes through. Retirement is clearly over, nobody is back. And that's the story of how Hutch Mansell went from living a life of quiet frustration to reigniting his deadly past and making powerful enemies in the process. The ending teased that Nobody was far from done, and with Nobody 2 on the horizon, we can expect even bigger fights, higher stakes, and plenty more creative ways to take out the bad guys. If this first chapter was any indication, Hutch isn't just back, he's only getting started.
Thank you once again for being a part of Flick Flash. Until next time, keep watching, keep exploring, and keep that movie and TV magic alive. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more exciting recaps. This is Flick Flash, signing off.